Let's move on. Wishing the Super. It's just a friendly, but it's also against Ghana. And anytime we get any sort of victory against Ghana, it is very, very sweet. So hopefully the guys will do us proud, win today, and of course give us confidence ahead of that crucial game against Congo, where we need to score
at least 2 goals.
I mean, win by a 2-goal margin. And this one, Kule, let's talk about this one. I don't know how you react to this. All of us expected that the league was going to end this weekend, but it's not going to happen because the LMC has shifted the season finale to November 16. And the reason is that to allow issues arising from the protests. So some clubs are protesting, Warri Wolves, for instance, are protesting. So all of these issues can be adequately addressed by the NF. How do you react to this one? Quickly, we already have a winner. Yeah. I think that that won't taint the quality, that won't taint the league somehow. But the real question is that slot for the CAF Confederations Cup, which some of these teams, Giwa, Warri Wolves, Nasarawa, fighting for.
Yeah, I think it's really very important. I think I really want to say kudos to the league management company for postponing the dates so that all the approved bodies can come together and they can actually prosecute the games. Because for teams like Eyimba and then Kano Pillars is no more, the last game is of no importance to them. But for teams like Warri Wolves, Nasarawa United and Giwa FC who are jostling for a Confederations Cup ticket, I think it's very important. Remember that a game was rescheduled, and the game involving Nasarawa United and Giwa, and Giwa did not failed to honor that game, and they were walked over, only for the league management company to come out the following day that the game should be played, and of course, Nasarawa said they are not playing the game.
I think this is an opportunity to sort all of that out and see where we're going, so that the credibility of the league will not be tainted or questioned by anybody at the end of the day. Let's travel abroad, and we'll go to England. Let's take a look at the fixtures for this weekend. Interesting things to talk about. Let's leave out Liverpool and Chelsea. Okay. I know you're eager to go, but let's look at the other one. Burnley and Hull City, that is. Manchester United take on Crystal Palace. Southampton take on Leicester City. West Ham take on West Ham. Have done well this season. Sometime last season, everybody was calling for the head of Sam Allardyce. Now he's in the top 4. That's a good one. West Ham take on Paul Lambert's Aston Villa. And of course, QPR struggling with all the money available to them. The pockets of Tony Fernandes seem not to be working. QPR take on Manchester City. Sunderland take on Everton. Tottenham take on Stoke. West Brom take on Newcastle. And Swansea take on Arsenal. Apart from Liverpool, Chelsea, that jumps at you. What other matchups do you think is worthy of mentioning?
Of course, the game involving big teams like Queen Park Rangers and Manchester, Manchester City taking on Queen Park Rangers, and of course the one between Swansea City and Arsenal should catch anyone's fancy. City has not been firing on all cylinders, though they were able to secure a win against Manchester United the last time out. But I think their form, apart from the domestic front, hasn't really been too inspiring. After suffering a 1-2 loss at home against CSK Moscow at the ITER Stadium, but they want to bounce back against Queen Park Rangers, who has not been faring so well in the English Premier League. So I think City really have this one to take. For Swansea against Arsenal, it's really going to be very tough for Arsenal as well. A lot of people are calling for the head of Arsenal after Anderlecht, they are UEFA Champions League. They are calling for the head of Arsene Wenger. I tell you, they were not. They were strong. With the display of the guys and some of the substitutions.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back.
How they bounce back, but I still feel that they can notch up a win in that game.
You can understand some emotion getting into Kule's voice there.
No, but I mean Swansea against Arsenal any day.
Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. I feel okay. Let's move on. All right, let's move on the show. Well, the pick of the pack in the English Premier League, obviously, will be the game between Liverpool and Chelsea. Let's listen to Brendan Rodgers. The performance hasn't been too good for the Reds this season in the Champions League and in the Premier League. So let's listen to Brendan Rodgers, what he has to say ahead of the crucial encounter against league leaders Chelsea.
This is a new challenge and it'll be a tough game. Forest are obviously unbeaten and the strongest team at the moment in the league. That's why they're top. So, but for us playing at Anfield, no matter who the opponent, we have every confidence that we can go and get a good result. Yeah, they're obviously strong last year. I think the key, they've got big experience in their squad. They've got players that have been there a long time and they know their league, obviously domestically, and got big European experience as well. And that helps them massively. Players that have been around a long time. Add to that, then obviously the players that have come in, and Costa, who's one of Europe's top strikers, and Fabregas, who knows the league, but is a real creative force.
All right, Brendan Rodgers talking there. What do you think will happen when that match is played? What's likely to happen?
Yeah, I think it's a chance for Liverpool to actually bounce back from their disappointing start in the English Premier League so far, with saw them record just 4 wins and 2 draws and 4 losses so far in the English Premier League. For United, for Chelsea, it's been a roller coaster performance for them. 8 wins and 2 draws, 12 points separated these two teams. You want to say that it's really going to be very tough. It's going to be very exciting. But looking at the current form of Chelsea as we speak, they've scored about 24 goals so far. I think between 24 and 26 goals so far this season. For Liverpool, they've scored 13 and they've conceded 13. So it remains to be seen how well they will be able to, their defense will be able to hold on, hold the attack fury of the Chelsea team. So I think for Chelsea, looking at their form, they should be able to grab the maximum points.
I should be quick to remind you that statistics don't play football.
Absolutely.
But I do agree that, of course, Chelsea happen to be the form team as we speak right now. The team happens to be the form team. All right, let's take some tweets as we go on. A lot of people are wishing the Super Eagles well in today. Akambioluwa Shegun says, well, about the friendly, I think Nigeria will win by 2-1 because the home-based players will work hard to prove their worth. That's what Akambioluwa Shegun, that's Oluwasegun at Oluwasegun 11, okay? The called Martin Barboz, I hope I got your name correctly. He says, I think it's a good idea spending this much on sports because it brings us closer. Well, I don't really understand what you're trying to say. The court Martin is also talking about the Super Eagles. He says he's wishing them all the best. We're wishing that the team will win as well, so it will put us in a good mood for the game against Congo. All right, let's move on. Let's look at big games across Europe. Not much to choose from this weekend. Liverpool, Chelsea jumps at you. But across the big leagues in Europe, nothing really stands out. You have, in the Serie A, for instance, Juventus against Parma. Some seasons back, it would have been a top draw.
Absolutely.
But now, when Juve is playing against anybody in the Serie A, you're just like, by how many goals would they win? There's really no competition for Juve anymore. And of course, forgive me, but you'll have to talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Absolutely.
When you're talking about top clubs. So in the league, in the French league, Paris Saint-Germain, the money bags take on Marseille. Juve take on Parma. Real Madrid take on Rayo Vallecano. Almeria takes on Barcelona. They've been having problems of late, and Liverpool take on Chelsea. We've talked about that one. But let me hear what you have to say about Juve quickly.
Yeah, I think Juve any day, anytime. They've been the team to beat so far. In about 3-4 seasons, they've always been the team to win the Italian Serie A, and they've continued in that vein, just where they stopped their last season by actually topping the league so far. Right, other teams are right behind them. The likes of Roma are actually not doing as much as Juve has done, and so far they've won 8 games, they've drawn 1, and they've lost 1. And then you get the feeling that the game against a Parma team who has not been doing so well in the league should be a roller coaster for them.
Okay, so that's it. Real Madrid We expect them to defeat Rayo Vallecano, but it's not as easy as it looks. A lot of surprises have happened this season. Almeria, Barcelona. A very good time to play Barcelona. They're still trying to get the combinations.
But they
right.
won. Yeah, they won. Just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but it's still a good time to play them. You know that
they are back.
There are a lot of. Well, my personal opinion anyway. And Liverpool, Chelsea. I don't know. We have a good game on our hands.
Absolutely.
Very, very good game on our hands. And PSG, Marseille, very hard to bet against Paris Saint-Germain in the French league. So those are the top matches to look forward to. We'll spend the remaining time on the show this morning to quickly read your T12 about 2 or 3 minutes. Let's look at this. Mike Zenwelcome says, at Mike Zenwelcome says, Ghana beat the under-23 team to avoid a defeat. So it's surely going to be a win for Nigeria. But I don't know if you agree with that. I'm thinking it's a better win for the under-23 to prepare.
Yes, yeah.
But some are saying, I don't know.
No, I don't quite agree with that. I think they brought a team. Their home-based team hasn't been training in recent time, and they have a stable.
There's no difference between this under-23 and their own team. And they play
in the league, in the Ghanaian league as well. So they are really going to, there will be a very tough opposition for the home-based Eagles.
Okay, let's see other ones. Okay, let's talk about Quadri. How do you react to that? The way he's moved, and it's going to be a good one for Africa. Proper recognition coming from the ITTF.
I think I'm really very happy for this young man. He's someone I've known over the years, and you remember that in 2013 he was ranked 221 in the world, and then just last month he was ranked 73rd in the world, and then now he's 30. The first African to qualify for the quarterfinal of the World Table Tennis Championship is a milestone achievement for this young man. So the way he has started, and he has been improving over the years, beating the Egyptian, who has been above him for quite some time. The Egyptian has also moved from 59th to 57th in the world. But of course, Agnos Quadri has been a very, very great player so far. He has really done very well.
Okay. Before we go, I have an interesting question for Kunle. What's going to happen today when the Eagles and Ghana play? Parting shots. Look into your crystal ball if you have any. What do you think will happen?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult to predict here. But I just don't want the Eagles to lose. Considering the fact that
for morale.
Yeah, it won't be good for our morale, because we'll be playing in a couple of days' time, and then we need to win this game to put ourselves in a pole position, in the right frame of mind towards winning the game against Congo.
All right, as I will wrap things up on the show this morning, we do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do. Sports This Morning comes your way again next week. Till then, bye-bye.